Bolo buddies, thanks for watching. Okay, so I've been doing these category videos, and the mug video has completely shocked me. It has had, it might be my top viewed video, which I really thought when I did that video that, it'd be okay, but I didn't think it was going to get the attention that it got. So what that tells me is that you guys like these videos that are categories. So this category is, you ready for it? Things you find in the bathroom at estate sales. And you can find these things at other places also, but they're definitely items to be on the lookout for. Bolos from the bathroom. You guys are going to be amazed. You are going to be entertained, and you are going to want to keep watching to the very end. And there are a lot. I kept thinking of new things, and I kept looking them up, and I would find bolos. Now, I will tell you, just because one item sells for a high price does not mean every item in that category is going to sell for a high price. I am searching auctions, highest sold. So always do your research. And just because you see it on this video, it does not mean that there's a bunch of them. Some of these might just be like a one-time thing and the seller got lucky, but it is a fun video. So these are, again, most of them are vintage bathroom items. So we're going to get started here, and I am going to move quickly because there are a bunch, but I just kept looking, and I was having so much fun looking that I have a bunch. So here we go. If you have not subscribed to my channel down below, please do that. If you click that little bell, that'll alert you when I post new videos. And here we go. Okay, so the first one is this. These are vintage ceramic tiles, like that go in the bathroom. And they're like a bluish green color, but there's only 20 of them here. And this only had one bid. So, it took the right buyer, but they sold for $79 plus shipping. All right, guys, dentures. Who would have thought that dentures would be a bolo? I'm telling you, this whole video, you guys are going to be like jaw dropping. So yeah, these dentures sold for $51 with 5 bids. Here's another set. This is a set of three sets of dentures. To me, it's just yuck, 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 yuck. I wouldn't want to touch that. Ugh, like that's been in someone's mouth. Gross. Anyway, 32 bids. So not like one or two people. 32 bids, guys. Sold for $200 with $8.30 shipping. I will see how many people. So 6 unique bidders, 32 bids. All right. Anything with gold on it is going to sell. These are dentures. It says recoverable, scrap, or collectible, 22 karat. Those are just weird looking teeth, if you ask me. I mean, whose teeth look like that? Is that weird? Does anybody else think that's weird? Like and comment below, and you'll get an entry into my drawing. Tell me what you think about these teeth. Again, for the drawing, once I hit 1,500 subs, I'm going to do a drawing, and you can enter by liking and commenting on any of my videos. Each time you do it, you'll get an entry. And if you share my video, you get an entry for that also. Okay, the next one here are these nail clippers and file. I did search nail clippers and files. This is the only one I found that seemed to be a bolo, but hey, I thought I'd show it to you because it's kind of interesting. They are kind of weird looking. But these sold for $48 with 8 bids, $4.81 shipping. Okay, so thermometers. Vintage thermometers. This one sold for $36. So not a huge bolo, but definitely something that you might be able to find at an estate sale pretty cheap. So if you pay like $2 or $3 for it and sell it for $36, to me, that's a bolo. So definitely be on the lookout for those. Yeah, let's see. All right, so these are vintage glass fever thermometers, medical. So it says oral and rectal. So there's different thermometers for different areas, and I really appreciate that they are marked, but kind of gross. Oh, I hope they cleaned them. Anyway, 47 bids, or I'm sorry, 17 bids, $47 is what it sold for, and $3.74 shipping. All right, vintage hair combs, pins, barrettes, clips, and things like that are a good bolo. There's 6 of them here. And this one sold for $126.46 with 32 bids and $5.97 shipping. Okay, curlers, hair curlers. Some of them do really well. This set sold for $36, so not a huge bolo. They did offer free shipping. I mean, I guess if you could get it for $1 or $2, that would definitely be, something to be on the lookout for. Again, bolo is not like you have to get it for a quarter and sell it for $1,000. I mean, if you can get something for $1 and flip it for 25 to 50, I mean, that's still a bolo to me. Of course, we all want the amazing, wonderful bolos, but little bolos are good too. Things that you can find easily and sell quickly. Okay, this is super crazy cool. I looked up vintage hair dryer. This is like a pistol, and it's a hair dryer. If you guys see this one, there were a lot of solds, and they all sold for quite a bit. This one sold for $89.99, 2 bids, $9.45 shipping. It's a hair dryer. I'd feel a little weird blow drying my hair with something like that. What do you think? Okay, so here's another. This is a hair curling iron brush, and it had 11 bids. It sold for $56. I imagine, maybe somebody used this and theirs broke and they went on eBay and found it. I don't know. I think sometimes when vintage things sell like that, it's just a matter of 1 or 2 people really wanting the item, and that will drive the price up. So this may not be a bolo every time. Again, always do your research. Okay, so Avon brushes. I know that there are others that do decent also, but here's one. It's just, it's an Avon brush. Still got the hair in it. Gross. Ugh, yuck. Sorry. Ugh. $29.99. I bet if the picture didn't have hairs in the brush, maybe it would have done better. I don't know. But it sold for $29.99 with 2 bids plus shipping. Okay, so this is an oval brass mirror vanity tray, and this sold for $69, 14 bids, $9.12 shipping. And then the vintage brush and mirror vanity sets. I have sold a few of these. I picked mine up at a garage sale. I did okay on them. I mean, it wasn't a huge bolo, and I probably paid a little more than I should have because I was expecting them to be like amazing, and it was okay. But I would definitely buy them again if the price was right. This sold for $78.12, 31 bids, $11.35 shipping. Okay, scrubbing bubbles. We all know about scrubbing bubbles. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. If you see this and it's cheap, get it because they do sell. This sold for $91 with 12 bids. Some of them go for a lot more than that. So the market may be getting a little saturated because it's been a bolo for a while that a lot of people talk about. Okay, Mentadent refills. I think a member of my group sold some of this. If you did and you're watching this, comment below. Let me know what yours sold for. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure there was a member of my Facebook group that sold a bunch of this. But if you're not in my Facebook group, definitely check it out down below and join us. Anyway, the Mentadent sold for $79.99 with 1 bid and $13.50 shipping. Okay, colored toilet paper it's not a huge bolo. Sometimes it goes for more, sometimes it doesn't, but this one only had 1 bid, so I'm not even, I don't know, 1 bid isn't like high demand to me, but sold for $20, $19.95 shipping, so with shipping it's almost $40, so, but it's pretty cool. All right, vintage and antique toilet seats. This one is from 1921. I'm not sure how they're dating this, if it says 1921 on it, but how funny is that? This vintage toilet seat, which I'm sure has had a lot of use, gross. You can tell I don't like toilet seats. I'm a little bit of a, like, ugh, hair. Ugh. Anyway. I don't mind my own, but, when I see things like this, I'm like, oh, hope they cleaned that. Okay, so this sold for $89, 2 bids, $20 shipping. The next one is this, and I saw quite a few of these, but they're coins embedded like into the toilet seat, which is just odd, but these go for decent money. This one is a Canadian transaction. So I can't say for sure. Oh, wait, here. US would have been $60, 7 bids, plus shipping. So not a huge BOLO, but definitely something I would be on the lookout for. Okay, Stay Free maxi pads, 4 bids, $21.99 they sold for with $11.90 shipping. So if you can pick something like this up for $1, flip it quick. People like old maxi pads for some reason. Here's another pair, maxi pads, 36 count, 9 bids, sold for $42. Okay, Aquanet like super hold hairspray. I'm guessing maybe this is aerosol. Can't tell for sure. Over half full, so it's not even full, and it sold for $39.99. This one is a buy it now. It's not an auction, but I thought it was cool, so. Again, this one is also a buy it now, but you can see here, these are vintage hairspray. It looks like for men. And there's 6 cans. It doesn't say, it says used, so I don't know if they're empty or not, but the person picked it up at an estate sale. They sold for $49.99. Okay, shaving cream, men's shaving cream. This brand in particular, Barbasol, I think is how you say it. This sold for $86 with 3 bids plus $12 shipping. Now wait, here's the other one. This is a shaving cream and a gel. They're unopened. This sold for $142.50 with $12 shipping. And this is a member of our Facebook group. I featured this item actually in, it was in his video. I did a featured seller video on him, and this was one of his items. He said they did pay, and the transaction went through, and it sold for $142.50. So super cool. The next one here, vintage razors. I've talked about that in my BOLO group before, but vintage razors, they're kind of all over the place, so definitely do your research. But if you get a good one, I mean, they can go for big money. Here's another one. It sold for $335. It's a Gillette toggle safety razor. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for those. Again, it's one of those things where I'm just kind of like, oh, gross. I just kind of give them to my husband. But this one sold for $335, so I think I'd clean it for that. These are just hand soaps, and this is not a huge BOLO, but it's definitely something that I would look for. These are hand soaps, but if you could pick it up for $1, they sold for $15.50 with 3 bids, plus $14 shipping. This is an old Band-Aid tin container from the 1930s. It's just an advertising piece. Sold for $33 with 20 bids. Again, these are things to look for at estate sales in the bathroom. This is a disposable razor pack, 52 pack. Sold for $35, free shipping. Okay, this is a lot of 10 disposable razors. I think if it would have been me, I would have definitely split this up. I think this one over here, the black packaging, I think somebody sold one of those for a pretty decent price from my Facebook group. Can't remember what they sold it for, but I feel like I remember that I featured that item before. But they sold all of these for $31. I definitely think they would have done better splitting them up, but I'm sure they made money. Okay, Clairol or Herbal Essence shampoo. This stuff is vintage, and it is, people want it. I don't know why, but they do. If you know why people want this, comment below. It sold for $147.50. I did look at Sold's Buy It Now, and there were others. The same thing. This is a popular vintage hair shampoo, so be on the lookout. Okay, vintage cologne, vintage perfume. It doesn't even have to be a full bottle. It can be partially used. If somebody is looking for that cologne or perfume, they will pay up for it. Let's see. This one is Estee Lauder. It's 2 ounces and it sold for $113.50, 4 bids. I know that I read in one listing that, if they are used, and I don't know if the new ones that are vintage, but from what I understand is the smell can change, perhaps. I am not really sure. I don't wear I'm not a big perfume person. But let me know if you know. Comment below. Tommy Bahama Cologne. This sold for $133.50 with 29 bids, free shipping. This is a Abercrombie & Fitch. It's full, 1.7 ounces. It's called Fierce. So definitely be on the lookout for this one. It's not that old. I mean, Abercrombie hasn't been around that long. It's got the barcode. It sold for $137.50 with 34 bids. I feel like that is an item that I could find at a garage sale. This is a vintage antique perfume bear, and here's a picture of it. So the head comes off and there's perfume in it. I think I talked about this one in another video, but I thought it applied to this video as well. This sold for $180.27 with free shipping. Okay, so here are 105 designer vintage mini perfumes. So they put Gucci, Estee Lauder, Armani. It's just like a variety of different perfumes and colones. So this ended up selling for $177.50. I'm not sure if this would have sold for more if they would have pieced them out. This is the one where I saw, no, this isn't. I'm sorry. This is my grandmother's collection. It was stored in her room, temperature controlled, all full and in great shape. May have been used a few times. What you see is what you get. Okay, so they did take the time to list the different brands, which I think is super, super smart, because a lot of times when people search, you can search by description. So if somebody is looking for a particular perfume and they put by description, it would pull up this listing even though it's not in the title. Here's another one. This is Tova. This sold for $212.50. Okay, musk oil. Have you guys ever heard of musk oil? And I don't. Does that say -1 feedback? Sorry, I gotta. Oh yeah, -1. Oh my goodness. Okay, so this is the musk oil, which I'm really confused now, unless they had a different one. Absolutely horrible, no ship, no communication, buyer beware. Okay, so vintage Cody musk, wild musk. That must be something different, because this has a different, but it's a type of musk. But anyway, this sold for $272 with 13 bids, and they didn't leave feedback. Let me see when it sold. February 3rd, so they've had time. So anyway, interesting. -1. I've never seen a -1 feedback. Okay, so these are linen hand towels. These could be used in the bathroom. But these sold for $140. And this is not something that you are going to see a lot of, hand towels going for this kind of money, but this set did. So kind of cool. Definitely search sold on those. Here's another one, 3-piece towel set, washcloth, hand and bath. And these are kids. It's is it Smokey the Bear? Smokey the Bear. These sold for $152.50, 5 bids, free shipping. All right, so these are bath bubbles, bubble bath packets from the 70s. It says Tinkerbell. Doesn't look like Tinkerbell, but maybe Tinkerbell is the brand. I don't know. But they sold for $39.50 with 24 bids. So not a huge BOLO, but definitely decent if you can pick it up cheap. Okay, I found this one to be pretty cool. It's a vintage 1962 washcloth and bubble bath. This sold for $169.09 with 2 bids. And I was like, wow, And then I looked and there was another one. And this one sold for $200.50 with 7 bids. But if you ever see a Barbie washcloth and bubble bath combo pack like this, I would say get it. I'm guessing it's something you could pick up pretty cheap. I don't know. But let's see what the seller started it at. They started it at $25. So. Okay, Gucci Hotel Bar Soap. This sold for $17.99. Pretty cool, 4 bids. Again, hotel soaps, I have sold some of these. They are not a huge bolo. I purchased some luggage at an estate sale, storage unit type deal, and there was a bunch of luggage and a bunch of these were in it, and I have sold most of them. And they sold pretty quick. I still have some lingering ones. But to me, those were free and I'm making money. But these sold for $44, 7 bids with $5.70 shipping. Okay, so we have this Beatles Bubbles soap from 1964. So it's vintage bubbles. And I'm sure that the advertisement, the Beatles on here is probably what drove the price up, but $71, 34 bids, $3.95 shipping. Okay, this is a James Bond cologne soap hair. I don't really know what this is. Hair dressing, hair tonic. So yeah, again, the 007 is probably helping sell this, the James Bond, but it sold for $72 with 6 bids, $9.99 shipping. Okay, so this Universal Monsters, this is a soap bottle. This sold for $137.50 with 15 bids and $4.50 shipping. I'm trying to look here. So this is what you're looking for on the bottom. It says Universal Pick, Colgate, Palmolive, Soaky. So yeah. Anyway, pretty cool. Definitely be on the lookout for those. Ivory Snow soap. This sold for $138.50 with 6 bids. All right, so this is a Max Factor pop-up lipstick mirror case. And you can see here, so it looks like the lipstick goes into the little case. It is super cool. This sold for $61 with 8 bids. These are vintage Max Factor liquid glass makeup bottles. They're 6 inches. I'm guessing maybe they're empty. These sold for $73 with 6 bids. Vintage Max Factor does pretty good, guys. So be on the lookout for that. Here's a vintage Max Factor lipstick. Oh, nope. I'm sorry. It looks like a lipstick. It's not. It's a pan stick. It's like a foundation or cover up. I'm not sure what you call it. But they call it pan stick. Sold for $93 with 27 bids, free shipping. Okay, so this is a little vanity for your lipstick. It holds your lipsticks. And this sold for $64, 8 bids plus shipping. Okay, this one is very cool. This is a vintage Revlon lipstick tube case. So it's just a lipstick case, but again, something you might find in an estate sale, bathroom. It sold for $117.51 with 18 bids. Here is another lipstick holder, and this is vintage as well. This one sold for $227.50. So definitely be on the lookout. Okay, Mary Kay Vintage Downtown Brown lipstick. This one sold for $33 with 19 bids, free shipping. This is a discontinued color from what I understand. I actually just found one of these at a moving sale, and I actually have this color, so I'm a little bit excited. Check out my estate sale video, or I'm sorry, my garage sale video. I just posted it this past couple days ago. It was from last weekend, but I got a bunch of Mary Kay, so I'm hoping it does well. I'm still listing it, but I've got my lipsticks listed. Okay, this Masters of the Universe He-Man talking toothbrush. It's from 1984. Again, I don't think anybody's buying this to use the toothbrush. They probably just like that it's He-Man, but this sold for $45 with 11 bids plus shipping. Here is an antique vintage brass soap and toothbrush holder and cup holder. So it like you can mount it. This sold for $87.99. Here is a She-Ra talking toothbrush. The princess, She-Ra the princess again. Probably people aren't buying this for the toothbrush. $75 sold for plus shipping. This is an antique toothbrush holder that you can like mount to the wall. It's really cool. And this sold for $150. Okay, yuck. These are really, really old, disgusting looking toothbrushes. They're dental bone handle toothbrushes, very early. There's a lot of 5, it says. And these sold for $113.50 with 26 bids. Ugh, yuck. This is a toothbrush holder, and it's a Disney tortoise, and it sold for $328 with 1 bid. And it does say Walt Disney, genuine Walt Disney. So another toothbrush, and this is a alarm clock Batman thing. And this one, it says 2 sold. But yeah, I don't know. This one's a little weird. But it says it sold for $149. 2 items per lot, 2 sold. Yeah, I'm not sure I understand this one. I've never seen a listing that looks like that. Okay, so this is a Colgate dental floss. And let's see, I want to look. It says 4 sold. There's 6 still available. They're selling these for $11.99 each, which $11.99 for dental floss is a lot. Some people get hooked on something they like and they will pay up for it. So $11.99, they've sold 4. They still have 6 left, and that's $11.99 plus shipping. So is this a huge BOLO? No, but what I'm telling you is if you see these at an estate sale, it might be something to consider. Again, they've sold 4 of them. So 4 at $11.99, that adds up. So $48 they've made approximately on 4 of these. And I mean, they probably paid next to nothing for it. Here's another dental floss. This is an antique dental floss, which I just thought was super cool. And this sold for $46, 14 bids. Again, 2 dental floss unwaxed Johnson & Johnson, 60 yards each. They're vintage from the 80s. 2 of these sold for $19.99 with free shipping. Again, something you can probably pick up very cheap at an estate sale or a garage sale. So if you see some of this, do comps. If it's cheap, I'd say just grab it and try it. You might get lucky. And we've got one more dental floss. It's called Glide Floss Tape. And this sold for $21.99 with free shipping. I've never heard of it, so just I think it says designed to slide easily between teeth without shredding. So I don't know. Yeah, it's just dental floss. I thought maybe it was a different type or a different shape or something, but nope, it looks like just dental floss. So anyway, that concludes my items you can find in the bathrooms at estate sales video. Again, if you like this video, click like, comment below, join my Facebook group. I'm also on Instagram, and have a fantastic day. And thanks again for watching.